Alright, I cleared the other one out next to it. These both came from that one thrift store. These are all as is, meaning you cannot return them. I'm not sure actually why they do that. I don't really know what happened with the other stuff. So anyway, I was just going to make a comment about this. I made a video prior to this one about the very first couple of ones. And it was pretty much like the next day. It was as if somebody saw my video and went down there and bought the computers. Because these things have all been at that place for a couple of months, maybe at least weeks. Nobody wanted them until I made a video. Just thought it was kind of strange. Just saying. Anyway, I decided to buy this other one, even though it doesn't really fit my criteria for anything, just because it does have some common parts and things like that, and it was $10. And we're going to go put it on the bench over here, and we're going to test it and see if it works. I'm going to need to, I can probably use a Lubuntu Studio. It might boot as a live on here, maybe not. Some of these older ones don't really do well. You need to get like a lightweight Linux. So, in a second, we'll get this thing on the bench here. Table, bench, whatever you want to call it. And my $27 stick of RAM did show up, which actually cost more than this whole computer that has just as much RAM in it. So, that should be interesting to see. So, I'm going to do a video after that, and I don't know if I'll stick it in this one here. I think probably this one. These three here are DDR4. This is a DDR2. I think maybe we have some really nice DDR2 RAM that would bump this thing up. So let's check. All right, so here's the cover. The 24th of October 2005, and then on the bottom here, it says, if we can get the light on here, it says Dell, manufacture date, 01/31/06. So basically the very last day of January 2006. Then this was made October 24th, 2005. I like this dating scheme better because you don't have to guess what it means. The 24th day, the month, and the year. Anyway, I don't know what these are. I forget what they're called. Let me try something really quick. Okay, so unlike the other computer where it had like the other stuff kind of there sort of populated, this one here has PCI, and I think these are AGP, but I'm not 100% sure. I don't really see. This one does say PCI up at the top. Well, I guess these are considered PCI. Yeah, they say PCI. So the difference is this is PCI, and then something like this would be PCI Express, and then this is apparently PCI also. I don't know. I can't remember how this works. And then we have does it say? It says DSKT, but I think it's an IDE, really. DSKT diskette. Well, that says so. I believe that one is specifically intended for a floppy drive. That they have little things here designed for it to come over here to there. So that was obviously an option that they just chose not to put it on this one. You see that they have everything is already prearranged here. We have another clip for another SATA that could have been in here, and which it's cool that this is SATA. This is an 80 gigabyte drive, and we have this kind of stuff here. The Dells are like, they're just really so nicely made. But anyway, what we have here I don't know what this thing's capable of holding. These are 256, so we'd have 512. And like that sounds like nothing today, but it's actually probably plenty. What does it say here? Infineon or something? I can't read it. We get a bag of stuff over here that is, I think, hold on. Oh yeah. So well, I think that's a gig. Okay. Yeah. So these are all 3 of those. 4. So I got 4 of those, and then 1 gig right here. And then another one. Two. This is 2. I don't have another one of these. I'm not sure that it would handle this. I really don't know if it will or not. I think maybe we'll start with the 1 gig sticks. And just see what happens. Or let's just boot it up with what it has and see before we get crazy. The reason I wanted to change it is because the Dell, the door faces the wrong way for me to easily get into it. These things, these Dell computers, I feel like you have to really force them. Strange. Okay. There we go. And they still don't click all the way. You really got to check these things. Okay, so we have a hard drive. I've cleaned this thing out. Anything else about it? And now I'm in the same issue as before. I need a VGA cable. Alright, I'm really hoping this will just have XP or something already on it. Go ahead and plug the power part in. A lot of times these things automatically turn on. Okay. We need to get over here. This monitor can be a real pain. Okay. Okay. Wow, that's pretty quick. Pentium 4. It said something else in the corner. I didn't see what it said. Most likely also the BIOS battery is probably no good in this thing. I'm not sure if it's doing anything. I think the hard drive light's on the front. It's amazing that this is a computer that you would have bought in 2006. What did it say? It looked like it said Lubuntu. Yeah, they had these at the DVS place or whatever. That looks like Budgie. System problem reported. So, oh yeah, and here's the thing too. So if you want an older machine that's you just want to run it, you need to have Linux, because you're not going to be able to get past the certificates for all the other stuff. Let me see about what. I don't know actually. LXDE project. Okay. Right. Close. There's some other tabs over here. Computer. There's some other stuff here, but I'm clicking on it. It's not really doing anything. It's interesting how they just took this computer and they didn't upgrade anything on it whatsoever and put some kind of Linux on it. I think what it is it's Lubuntu. Ubuntu with the LXE desktop. Okay. Let me see here. I'm just trying to actually like it's super slow. Yeah, this is so basically. Man, this is really slow. The other couple of Dell computers, when they had Windows on them, they run fast. System. I can't see this energy cans in my way. System tools, preferences, additional drivers. I'm not really sure what this is. So, okay. It says Ubuntu software. I don't know which one it is because I'm not familiar with this at all. File manager, web browser. I'm having trouble reading. So I'm gonna put RAM in this. Okay, so now it's real obvious it is Lubuntu. Log out, shut down. Okay. And I think it's almost like it means like lightweight Ubuntu. Or something like that. All right. So one of these sticks of RAM says it says PC2, but it's not. It's something else. It doesn't have the same pinout. Well. Well, it's like off by that much. It's the same amount of pins, but it's something else. It says, seriously says though, 5300. Well, 5300 isn't that kind of fast for DDR2? Just 3200. This one here is 6400. I really don't understand what's up with that other stick, but okay. I was gonna put it in because it was 2 gigabyte. I wanted to see if this thing would support that much. I'm like, oh, it won't plug in. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and put 2 gigabytes in this thing, and just see if it boot. If it don't, then we'll pull one. It's possible. It's possible that this thing may be limited to quite a bit. I don't know. Maybe limited to like 1 gigabyte total. Okay, so I'm just actually gonna boot it right here. Got it. Let's see what happens. If it honks at me. Boy, that's really fast. You can't. Okay, the amount. So this is how we can get an idea of what we got going on here. If you can read the screen, Phoenix ROM BIOS. I remember the Phoenix BIOS. I'm not sure what the whole Phoenix thing was, but anyway. 85 to 88 Phoenix Technologies. Copyright 1990 to 2004 Dell. All rights reserved. Dell DV051 series BIOS. The amount of system memory has changed. Press F1. We'll go ahead. Press F2. Let's just see what F2 pulls up. Okay, system information. And we can now look at our processor. Oh, the mouse isn't going to work in this. Okay. We have 2.8 gigahertz, which is actually like pretty good for a Pentium 4. They weren't all the same though. I think there was some that were like up there almost 4. 2.8. It just I guess the thing is it's a single core, you know. But anyway, let's come down in here and we'll see memory info, DIM1. So 533 megahertz. Dual interleaved. Okay. So I guess that means we're in dual channel. Okay. So out of what I probably have laying around, I don't think we could possibly go higher than that. So. Okay. We got date and time, which is actually looks like. It's the right day, the wrong time. Boot sequence. On a floppy hard drive, USB CD-ROM, USB device. See, these were like the computers where, like, basically they're too new to run like Windows 95, 98, but they have all this stuff. So, interesting. Okay, video. What was the other thing say? Video, primary, security, maintenance. Okay. All right. I just don't understand why they don't leave Windows on these things. Like, these things came with XP. The damn label's right here. Or maybe they were using them until recent, you know, and they're like, well, we can't get on the internet with XP. We'll just have to put this Lubuntu. So I forget what that other Dell computer is. The other one that I got that looks kind of similar to this. And it's got a dual core in it, which I don't know. And then the Windows 98 computer, that's a couple years older than this one. It's got the same processor, basically, Pentium 4, but it is fast with 98. They have really shocked how fast it was. It even boots quicker than this thing by quite a bit, and it has I think maybe 512. Let me plug this into the internet. We got the probably gonna move this like that. So the computer itself appears to be perfectly fine for basic stuff. And this is actually literally ready to go for somebody, just for internet browsing. So that's kind of neat. Let's see here. Connection established. Yeah, cool. That's why I always like using a wired connection. There's no fucking around with drivers and other things. Usually. Oh, God. This thing. Come on. I need more room. Oh, there's the shutdown logo. What I don't like about this is I'm not familiar with this one. Let's see. Let's take a look at the disk and see. 72 gigabytes free out of 80. So there really shouldn't be anything on here. Cool. Now I don't know what to do with it. $10 computer. Let's give it another reboot. Let's go reboot. Let's see how fast it reboots. It's interesting. These computers all have like these numbers on the front of the computer, and they light up. I don't know what they mean. 1, 2, 3, 4. Like different drives or something. There's something that used to be on the computers, and I just haven't seen them on anything since. It's pretty slow. Yeah, that Windows 98 machine would run circles on this thing. I think this operating system is a little too heavy for this computer. I think that's probably the problem. Because the other one, I was really like, wow, this thing's fast. Kind of surprised. Of course, there is a system problem. Okay, let's report the problem. So there was like a system update or something. System profile. We only have 2 threads. I didn't realize they had 2 threads. 1 physical processor, 1 core, 2 threads. Lubuntu 18.04. Yeah, it's fairly new. I think it's just too much for this thing. this thing's using all the memory. Look at that. Pretty interesting. It's benchmarking. Why does it say Power PC? 740, 750. That's not what it is. I don't know what we're looking at here. Oh, okay. So it's a Power PC, a Celeron, Pentium 4 CPU, 2.5, Pentium 4, 1500, VIA, Celeron Athlon. I used to have an AMD Athlon. Pentium R M processor, the mobile one. Sempron. And here we are. A Turion. Hmm. 3.2 gigahertz. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway. There's some cool stuff on here. But basically, this is probably the worst one I've seen so far. I think if you put XP on it, I think it would probably be a little bit more usable. Let's open the browser and just see how bad it is. Pretty bad. So you need something a lot lighter as far as Linux is concerned for this thing. And more RAM probably wouldn't hurt. You could put a solid state hard drive in it, I think it would work. But I don't know, maybe not. It's a Democrat news. Probably. They're like, they're trying to dismantle. Yeah, ABC News. You guys cannot listen to this crap on the internet because it has become their agenda to twist and contort everything You can't trust any of the media, period. I don't care what side you're on. You cannot trust the media. Believe nothing that you hear and half of what you see. That's what they used to say. Well, that's it for me, guys. This thing is pretty slow. It was cool for $10. If I needed to use it for something, maybe put a really big hard drive in it and load it up with music. Be good for that, probably. But I've already got a computer that I'm setting up for that, so I don't know. So that's the Dell Dimension 3100 that somebody installed Lubuntu on.